Recording.
What is up, folks? Need for Steve back at it with another Grom video. I guess that's the only videos that you'll get is on a Grom, man. Man, what? It's been a weird week. I feel like I've been downsizing my life a little bit. Like, downsize my truck, downsize my motorcycle, but just kind of doing a lot of spring cleaning, man. I tell you, it makes me like the worst motorcyclist, motovlogger ever. Like I said, I think at this point I may have revealed the what I bought, but if you haven't seen that video, I have a 2009 Honda Ridgeline. Probably the coolest fucking truck ever. At least kind of in my terms, I think it's the coolest truck. And a lot of it is I think hauls Groms really well, and it's got like that big under passage storage bin, that the trunk is like the greatest, because you can literally just throw all your luggage, motorcycle helmets, gloves, boots, backpack. That's great. What the fuck, man? God damn. And just making things easier, man. It's like the I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Although, had I known that Hyundai was coming out with their Santa Cruz, I'm like, I don't really like Hyundais, but I like that thing. That thing is pretty rad. I think that would have been also a really good choice for a truck. And I quote trucks, because the Honda Ridgeline is a truck, is what to all the other trucks are. So, but yeah, that's been kind of a fun thing having that thing around. It doesn't have any mechanical problems, and it's way nicer interior than the fucking Titan was. Don't get me wrong, the Titan was a great truck. I really utilized it for what I needed it to, but ever since getting rid of the FC07, just don't have a need for a big full-size truck anymore. There's just no point to it. But yeah, like I said, I've been just kind of downsizing things, and it's probably the worst motorcyclist motovlogger ever. So my big nice Dainese leather jacket that I bought, I sold that to some guy in California, I think, or he was in New York, I don't really remember. Paid over $600 for the thing, sold it for $125. Moving in the right direction. I did sell my Insta360 Go. Again, bought that thing for $160, sold it for $80. I got the pass-through lane win. I just keep doing all this construction shit over here. But yeah, and that again, that was just one of those things you just never use. Didn't use it, although I did buy the Insta360 Go 2, which I'm kind of excited about. I gotta wait a couple of weeks to get that thing in, and by the time this video gets published, I'm sure I'll probably have it, so that's kind of hard to say. So I got my leather jacket that I took a loss on, my Insta360 Go that I kind of took a loss on, that went to some dude in Miami. My other winter jacket that I use for commuting, my other Dainese coat, literally sold that thing for like $80. I think I paid like around $250 for it. And a lot of it is just this is the stuff that I don't ever use, man. I'm just sitting in the closet collecting dust. So if I get some type of a return on it, I'll consider it as a win in my book. A lot of it is you know, when products just kind of sit at your house for a while, and I wouldn't say products, but useful things just kind of sit and collect dust. You know, there becomes a point in your life where you just kind of get rid of it, and you're going to take a loss on it regardless. But you know, you get the factor of you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's like, well, I used the shit out of it for the last like 5 years, and a lot of it is I just wear this Alpinestars street jacket. Like, this is like my go-to jacket. I love this jacket. And a lot of it is because it's already waterproof, water resistant, I think. Poofy jacket underneath. This thing works pretty well. It's like 40 degrees outside, and I'm actually pretty toasty. I am not cold at all. There's some good benefits out of it. the one thing that I was super happy to get rid of was my Sena 10C Pro. That thing was the biggest fucking piece of shit ever. But this, man, I got the new 10C Evo. I'm actually really enjoying it. It kind of gives me a little bit of faith back into Sena and their products. But I still have a problem where I can, like, when we're on the intercoms over together, mine still echoes for some reason. I don't know how to turn that off. I've adjusted the audio settings, and I honestly just don't know how to get rid of it. But it's fine. I'm so used to it at this point in time. It's like not the biggest problem that I have. Video in nice quality 4K. So that's been kind of good to know. And maybe I'll do a video tour of my office sometime. Just kind of show you what my editing rig looks like. But essentially just like my big 38-inch widescreen monitor. I'm not trying to gloat. I literally use this thing for work, so I use it all the time. But I got rid of my MacBook Pro and traded that thing for a Mac Mini. I tell you, that Mac Mini with the M1 chip is fucking solid for pumping out videos, man. That thing literally doesn't take any effort to do anything, which is wonderful. And it's funny, so I got that and my wireless Logitech mouse and my Logitech keyboard. It's all wireless. And so my Mac Mini sits underneath my desk, and my work computer sits in a drawer. But it's cool that I could use both my my mouse. Dude, you're by yourself at the bus stop. You don't have to wear a mask. But I can use my mouse and my keyboard for both work and editing. So, which is kind of awesome. Waiting for that day for that laptop that I have from work to fucking shit a brick and overheat inside in the drawer, but it's on my computer, so I don't really care. A lot of it is just like I said, just kind of like getting rid of things that I never used. I wouldn't say buy things that I probably won't use, but I think I'll use the Insta360 Go 2. I really enjoyed it, but and a lot of it is I want to use it as a B camera that I can mount there. With the Insta360 Go 2, it has a horizon lock, so it'll just, once it finds a horizon, it'll just lock onto it, and it won't spin around like all my other videos where you can clearly see the Insta360 Go fucking turn around because it's all vibrating and shit. So that was kind of an annoying process with that. Since I got rid of 2 jackets, the Insta360 Go, my old Sena 10C Pro. Been trying to find somebody to buy the Evo gimbal that I never used, but God, people just lowball the shit out of you for things. Now, the thing about selling things online is take the first decent offer and get rid of it if somebody's truly interested in it. Ridgeline Gang, that's been kind of what's going on in my book. You know, just like literally downsizing everything. I've always had thoughts about like moving into a tiny home. I don't know if I could do that quite yet. I'm like, I kind of like having, maybe if I didn't have 3 dogs that needed a yard, I would consider it. It'd be kind of cool to go travel like around the country and still be able to like work remotely, but still being able to just to kind of like oh, let's hang out in Florida for like a month, or go up to like Maine or something, which would be kind of a cool thing to experience during the summer. So there's always these options in the back of the head, and that's not saying that it's not something that I would ever be interested in not doing. I just think it would be like a neat thing to experience. It's like we had this survey at work where they were asking if people wanted to come back to the office. I'm like, that's going to be a big no for me. And a lot of it is like I don't deal with fucking traffic very well. Like, my road rage gets the best of me. I shouldn't have road rage because I never sit in it, but I tell you, my road rage is like the worst. And I think just a lot of it is I don't ever leave my house. My house has just become my place I spend literally 95% of my time, and if I can get out and go do a Grom adventure, to go make a useless video, I'm totally up for it. But like I said, if you haven't noticed, I did sell the FC07. I sold that thing for $4,200, and a lot of it is it had 50,000 miles on it, or 48,000. So I literally, I rode the shit out of that thing. 10,000 miles a year is awesome. This thing's almost close to 7,000 miles. I know it says 12, 14, but that was since I got the new gauge cluster, since the Honda dealership fucked my other one up. They drove me up the fucking wall. So I'm like, well, I really like the orange gauge cluster on an orange Grom, so that's what I did. I took an OG gauge cluster that I bought new and put it in this thing, and when I took it off, it had like 4,700 miles on it. So yeah, not too shabby. And again, with the FCO7, when I literally put less than 1,000 miles on the thing since I bought the Grom. And quite frankly, with the Titans, root diff gonna cost like $3,000 to fix on a truck that's not even worth that. You make the decision to get rid of the FCO7 to help with a down payment on the new Ridgeline. Well, it's not a new Ridgeline, but it's a new to me Ridgeline, and quite frankly, I'm actually pretty happy with it. It's still got like a 4-wheel drive system, but that thing drives like a fucking car or like an easy SUV. And it's got VTEC, yo! I think it has VTEC. I'm pretty sure it has VTEC. Like I said, something that gets close to 20 miles a gallon for those long distance trips is totally not the worst. It's got a bigger payload than those Toyota Tacomas. Fight me, Tacoma owners. You know who you are. It's honestly just been a weird thing, just downsizing and getting rid of things. And realizing that you just kind of... Sometimes you just don't need these things in your life, and well, so they'll go to their new owners respectively. They'll all be okay, and I can make a quick buck. Again, I didn't really make any money. I took a loss on everything, but it's fine. Like it is at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I get some drawer space. I get ease of mind. I don't have to deal with this anymore, and I get one jacket. I got one helmet. I've got one motorcycle. I'm good. Actually, I got two jackets. I got my riding hoodie, but this is still my favorite jacket because it got these like sweet vents inside of it that you can open up for some airflow. Oh man, the sun's coming out. I don't have an idea of where I'm going. All right. Well, I think that was the end of this. I think I'm gonna leave you all in mystery of what I'm doing now. Go ahead and be awesome and hit that subscribe button down below. It really does help the channel out. That's what people tell me, so I tell them. That's what YouTube tells your audience, or that's what they want you to tell. Hit that little notification bell. Like you just want to, ding, ding, ding. Yeah. You know, do that and be a good person and help me out. I am going to enjoy my Saturday morning ride on the Grom. Got my heated grips on. I'm dressed to impress. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.